Hello, this is attorney Tara Hutchinson with Pittsburgh Family Law Services. Today is December 28th, 2022. We are at the very end of the year and looking ahead to making our New Year's resolutions and hoping to have a much better 2023. One of the things that a lot of clients will say to me is, I really hope that in the next year I can have a better co-parenting relationship. I just want us to be able to co-parent better and more effectively in the year ahead. How can we do that? So I do have some tips. I have 5 very quick tips for how to have a more productive co-parenting relationship with the other parent in the year to come. Number 1, pick your battles. Every disagreement, every difference between your household and the other parent's household is not worth going into court over. The rule that I give my clients is that before you raise an issue and before you go into court, really consider whether the issue is one that negatively impacts your child. So obviously, if your child has a gluten intolerance, okay, and isn't supposed to eat gluten, and the other parent continues to give your child food that contains gluten anyway, obviously this is a problem because that's negatively impacting your child's health, right? On the other hand, if there's a situation where maybe the other parent works late and so instead of your child spending that time with the parent for a few hours during that parent's custody time, your child is maybe with a grandparent or in daycare, okay, or something that you personally wouldn't do, or maybe the other parent lets your child watch television until 9 o'clock at night, whereas you would turn off the television at 7 o'clock at night. If it's things like that where you're not really thrilled with what the other parent is doing, you would personally do it differently, but you're not seeing a tangible negative impact on your child in a way that you can define or measure, it's usually not going to be worth taking that issue into court. Typically, that's an issue where you have to get to the point where you realize the two of you have different homes. You and the other parent are in different homes, you have different routines, you have different customs. It's okay that you have those different routines. Your child does not have to be in exactly the same environment between your home and the other parent's home. The second tip I have is to communicate with the other parent. If you are going to be late because there is a terrible accident, or if there's a wedding or a birthday party that's coming up for a family member and you want to be able to take your child to that event, but it's during the other parent's custody time, let the other parent know as soon as possible. If there is a wedding on April 18th, do not tell the other parent about the wedding on April 17th. There's not enough time to plan for that. If you provide enough advance notice, a lot of times those requests for accommodations can indeed be made, but you need to communicate the requests well in advance as soon as you know it. Same thing with if you're running late. Things happen. Traffic delays occur, accidents occur, weather problems occur, especially at this time of the year. It happens, but you need to communicate that with the other parent and let them know that you're on your way, you're going to get there as soon as you safely can. If you communicate, there are a lot less problems down the line. The third tip I have is to be flexible with requests for accommodations. Everybody at some point is going to need some flexibility, whether it's because there's a special event coming up, or whether it's that there's a wedding or a graduation. Everyone is going to need some accommodation and some flexibility. So when the request comes to you, unless it's something where, again, you're finding out about the request at the very last minute and you can't realistically rearrange your entire schedule and all of your plans to accommodate this, try to be flexible. Don't unreasonably refuse requests, because everyone is going to need flexibility at some point. Everybody's going to end up in traffic jams. Everybody is going to want to take their child to an event that happens to fall on the other parent's custody time. So try to accommodate the other parent when possible. And very often you will find that the other parent will do the same for you. Number 4, consult with the other parent before enrolling your child in any new extracurricular activities. As children get older, sometimes the parent, as a parent, you'll want them to be involved in new activities. Sometimes your child may even request to start a new activity. If it's something that's going to require the other parent's commitment in terms of their custody time or in terms of their money, consult with them first before enrolling your child. You do not want a situation where you've told your child that they're going to start a new activity, it's something that they've wanted to do, and then because of a disagreement between you and the other parent about whether your child should do that activity, they can't do it, or they can't do it when they expected to be able to do it. It's better to discuss it in advance with the other parent and work out any disagreements related to it before you've already enrolled and probably paid for that activity for your child. So consult before enrolling. And finally, my last tip for how to co-parent more effectively in the future is to consider co-parenting counseling. Co-parenting counseling is a wonderful tool for helping parents be able to work out minor disagreements. It can help you establish consistencies in your routines, like in what types of discipline you'll have, what bedtime, what the bedtimes will be. It can help you. It can help you resolve disagreements between whether your child should participate in football or in hockey or something to that effect. It can even give you a framework for when you're going to discuss requests for scheduling accommodations with the other parent. Co-parenting counseling can help you resolve all of those 4 points that I just discussed right now, and it will require far less of a time commitment and far less of a financial investment than working with a lawyer will do. So I highly recommend that you consider co-parenting counseling in the year to come. It is a wonderful tool. I have had many clients have a lot of success and have much more peaceful co-parenting relationships because they have engaged the services of a trained professional. I hope that these 5 tips, which were very, very quick, are nonetheless helpful for you. And I wish you all the best. I wish you a wonderful 2023, and I wish you all a peaceful co-parenting relationship in the year to come. Take care until next year. Bye.